Hi, 5th grade. It's time for art class. Today we're doing a beach scene, and it's a Key West scene, and it has palm trees and water and some boats and houses, and it looks like this. So I'm going to wait for you to get your pencil and paper, and I'll be right here. Okay, are you ready? So now you're going to follow the directions as I draw. I want you to know you can always pause and catch up with the drawing. You're welcome to add different things, and it doesn't have to look exactly like mine. I just want you to have the experience of drawing this beach type scene with the palm trees, and it looks like a scene in Key West. So I'll start right now.
Good morning, boys and girls. Here is our picture. We're going to do a tall boy, and we're going to make a beach scene. So we're going to start out kind of low here on the paper, and we're going to draw a little bit of a sandbar like that. Actually, I want it to be a little pointier. And sort of start up like that. Before I continue it all the way to the other side of the page, I'm going to start my palm trees, because I've got two palm trees right here on this beach, and they're going to start as a big swooping trunk, and then from the top of that it's going to come back down and get a little bit bigger as it comes to the bottom, and that's the first palm tree. Now these palm trees are sort of in the foreground of this picture, and that's why they're bigger, and they're going to be in front of most of the other elements in the picture. So we're going to keep going with our sandbar past this tree, and then there's another palm tree, and this one's a little bit straighter. I think maybe it wasn't affected by whatever hurricane or wind bent that one over, and this one's actually in some grassy area. So there you go. Now the tops of the palm trees are just drooping over, and so what you can do is just have a drooped over line to start with, and then you can just have a jagged leaf that comes up. Alright? The branches of the palm tree come straight over, and then a jagged leaf branch rather going up. So you need several of these. And this is a picture of Key West, and I'm pretty sure that palm trees are native to Key West because it's a little bit closer to the tropics. We're actually a subtropical climate, so you may see palm trees here, but they're not native to our environment like they are in South Florida, Key West, that area. All right, and so there's some elements up here at the top. I don't know if these particular are coconut palms, but they could probably make some sort of a fruit up there. Got this palmetto looking thing at the top of this one, and then a branch, another branch. Remember, you can stop at any time and pause to catch up. And this one has so many branches, it's actually going off the page a little bit, and the branches don't droop as much for this one. Okay, there. Now that's our two palm trees in the front. So let's look back down here at the ground, and the sandy ground sort of goes around this first tree, and then there's the grassy area, and there's some more bushes, probably, like I say, palmetto bushes back here that are in the picture. There are some rocks down here in our original picture. They're not necessary 100%, but they add to it. And the water is coming up to them. Alright, so we've got water that's coming up to the little beach part, and the the rocks here, and then all the way around past the palm tree area, we've got a horizon line that goes up to a point of land that comes out, up a little peninsula. And so we're going to start right about here and start bringing that horizon line over and kind of make it really light, because you're going to be drawing things on top of it. I don't want it to confuse you. Alright, so now we're going to have a couple of boats out here in front of it. And the boats, if you have one, like that's the bow of the boat, the front line of the boat. And then you're going to go back just a little bit and down and just a little bit up. Like that. The other side of the boat starts to go down, but you can't really see it. But it has that same kind of an angle towards the middle. And these are cabin boats, cabin cruisers. And I used to have a cabin cruiser when I was little. Well, it wasn't mine, it was my parents'. But I absolutely loved going out in the cabin cruiser. We'd spend the night, and it would be so much fun because we'd eat and play and jump off the boat. And one time when I was really little, my dad was helping us get from the boat to an island that we were visiting, and there was a shark in the water, and I was so scared. I'm like, oh, my dad, get out of the water. But my dad was a Coast Guard guy, and he was like, yeah, it's okay. This is not the kind of shark that's going to bother me. So he walked along this little boat that was taking us. He was walking in the water, and we were in the boat. Made me crazy. But he was right. No problems. Alright, so that's one boat there. And it looks like there's another one behind that tree. I'm not going to draw it. That's kind of hard. I'm going to let us not have to worry about that. But this other one, we see the back of the boat. It's not the bow of the boat. It's the stern of the boat. And we see there's a cabin there and a mast, because it's a sailboat. And that's where they put the sail. Okay, so we've got some boats that are anchored up here at this little marina, this little area, and all this is water over here. So let's draw some little houses behind there. I like that. That's cool. So this first one has an A roof. That's what they call an A roof house. A-frame, rather. I guess you can see why. It's shaped like an A. Okay, and then it has nice windows. And we don't see all of it because it's behind this big tree. That's got 3 windows. Like I said, I didn't put the middle boat in there. It's kind of too much. And then we've got a nice red house, a red roof on this house. And it's so slightly tilted that I don't even want to, I'm just going to make it like a rectangle there. So we can barely see this part. Okay, and then the rest of the house is straight down to the beach, and it's got, it looks like a carport here, or maybe a porch, and then a couple of windows. Now remember, you can stop anytime you need to catch up with these. Now these are beach houses. They don't have a whole bunch of extra stuff on them. They're just beautiful places to play. And so here we've got some bushes in front, and then there's the beach. And we're gonna put another house back here, but we don't see much of it. Maybe it's a little bit closer. We could add some doors. I don't quite see that part on the original picture, but we can make it a little bit fancier house with some door frames, maybe a gable window. And these are my ideas. You don't have to do it exactly like that. Okay. And there's some more branches and stuff behind there. Now these houses all have big old palm trees behind them. And they're little because they're so far back there. It really makes you realize you're looking at beach houses on the beach. You know, if you've ever heard of the Five Flags, Fiesta of Five Flags that happens in Pensacola, it's not really that as big a deal as it used to be a long time ago. It used to be a huge deal, and all the people in Pensacola could play the game, the guessing game of where the treasure was. And when you found the treasure, you would like win a big prize. And a friend of mine actually won a beach house from the Fiesta of Five Flags treasure hunt. Can you imagine winning a beach house? It's just crazy. Alright, and then they've got a beautiful blue sky with all kinds of clouds and stuff. So if you get that part done, you've pretty much done everything you need to do, and you can go back and then you can color. And I'm going to color mine, and then I'll show you what I did, and it maybe help you decide how you want to do yours, okay? Okay, this is how it turned out when I finished drawing it. I really like this picture. I like the boats and the houses, and I like how these two palm trees are in the very front. I added these markers that I used for this are some special ones that I bought for us to use next year. I'm going to keep buying them because they're a really inexpensive purchase, and I'm going to keep buying them through the summer, so we'll have plenty for us to use. And you see, they kind of almost look like paint when you finish, but you can color it with anything you have available, anything you like, and you can certainly color things different if you don't have all of those colors. I just want to make sure that you have the two front palm trees on the little white island and some trees behind, some houses with trees behind them. And if you can put in a few boats, that'd be super. If you want to add anything else, you may. It's your picture. And make sure that you turn it in to Miss Roberts' Google Classroom page, because if I can see the picture, I'll comment and say, hey, that's cool, or whatever I notice, but I can't say anything about it if I haven't seen it. So make sure you turn it into her Google Classroom so that you get credit for having done it and that I can see it. And have fun drawing and coloring. See you next time.
So how did you like yours? You think it turned out nicely? I would love to see it. So remember, you need to turn it in to Miss Roberts' Google Classroom page so that I can see it. And I look forward to seeing them. You guys have fun with this project, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Be safe, boys and girls, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.